What is the first thing that a buyer looks at when they pull up to a listing? It's the curb appeal. I know everybody knows that, but curb appeal encompasses so many things. So trash, in a little area of the side of the house, the trash cans still being outside, cars parked all over the place or in the street or in the driveway, stains on the driveway, landscaping that's just kind of, needs just to be tightened up and cleaned up and weeded and added a little mulch, all those things. Those things are so easy and pretty inexpensive and almost at no cost to fix. But I wanted to just enlighten you with just a story, and I've had this a couple different times. Not too long ago, I had a listing that needed new exterior paint, and it was in a subdivision that sold very quickly, very good price point, hot price point for first time home buyers, young buyers. These houses sell really quickly, and the seller said, well, why don't we, I don't want to paint it because I want the buyers to be able to choose their color. And I don't want to paint it right now. I want to paint it when I'm moving out or right before we move out or whatever. And we'll give an allowance, more than enough to cover the exterior paint, but I don't want to paint it. And I said, okay, I wouldn't recommend that, but let's do it. It should sell, it's still in a busy market, hopefully some buyers can see it. We listed it. The first thing in the remarks was seller paying for new paint. Don't worry about the paint or the wood rot. You can get new paint. You choose the color. We had probably 10 or 14 showings the first weekend, no offers. Every feedback was the outside looks really bad. And, then the inside, this needs work, that needs work, this needs this, that needs that. And, after the first weekend, I thought, I really wish, I need to have this conversation again. So I went back to the seller and I said, look, these buyers at this particular time are not seeing the potential. They're not seeing that, they can pick their paint, but all they're seeing is the wood rot and it seems like it, and the inside was really, really nice. It just needed a paint. They didn't want to do it right now. So I talked him into getting it painted. I'd already had my painter over there to give him a bid. They know how much it was. I got him to rush it and get it done. He painted it in two days, had it all caulked and power washed and wood rot fixed and painted in 2.5 days. That next weekend, we had an open house. Tons of people through, had 2 offers. So at the beginning of my 23-year career in real estate, I would have said, 50% of people can see through, something needed, something that's needed on this. But now I'm saying it's more like 30% can see the potential. They need to see. That's why I always suggest, try to, at least get the carpets completely cleaned, get the paint touched up, all those kind of things, especially on the outside, because when they walk up to the front door and they see things, then they see everything. They think it's, not going to be taken care of. So that's a good little tidbit. And when I show buyers, I listen to what they say so that I can, advise everybody on how to get your house sold for the most money. And that house that ended up painting it, we got over list price because it looks so great. Anyway, have an awesome weekend. Call me if you need me. I'm always here.